Today I'm going to share the recipe of Pindi Chole. Do you know what Pindi stands for? Actually, Pind in Punjabi means village, but Pindi Chole gets its name from the place it originated, that is Rawalpindi, and that's why it's known as Pindi Chole. And they are very famous. We make them a little khatta with amchur, then there's chana masala, there's onion, and some people don't use tomatoes, but you can. So it is a very nice process that I'm going to share with you. So let's get to the recipe, and you can see the ingredients and how to make it. This time I'm serving it with kulche chole because it is for an occasion. Otherwise you can serve it with puri, naan, roti, some eat with rice like we do in South India. Everything we eat with rice. So let's get making Pindi Chole or Chana Masala. You can call it any name, that's what it is. Just tap on the bell icon and subscribe. Thank you. Making a big, huge batch of chole. The steam is coming out. It's a huge, huge batch. See the size of the cooker. I'm going overboard with the spices, whole spices. Lots of chana, so lots of spices. And then that's when it turns out tasty. At home I don't add them at all. Just see the amount. Added the ginger garlic, and now the onion. You can chop them fine, you can make a paste, but I like them like this. Onions are very expensive right now. Use them judiciously. These are called Amritsari chole, or what we call Pindi Chole. Huge amount of chana masala, turmeric, chili powder, if you make the chana masala freshly ground, the flavor is completely different. The onions are getting nicely brown. I will remove the bay leaves before adding them to the chole. It's just for the flavor. Added chopped tomatoes. I don't like puree in chana masala. The tomatoes have to get cooked very nicely. Mashed nicely. And take some time. This is chole that I showed you. It's the huge cooker, the huge kadai that I have. You can see how nicely the masala is done now. There's no trace of the tomatoes, nicely mashed. See, the oil has left the sides. That's when your masala is ready. Anything before that, your masala is kacha, raw, not to be used. It has to be this color, and the oil should float on the edges. The chole are almost done. See with what I'm mixing, because my steel one is not going deep enough, and this buttermilk whisk is coming in handy. This is a typical Punjabi huge one for making butter, churning butter, and churning the chole with it. Usually when I boil chana, I add chana dal into it to get a nice thick consistency, but I didn't have it last night when I was soaking the chana. So what I did was, next best, I added potatoes, chopped potatoes, and add them. They always do the job, give you a nice thick consistency. Adding the boiled chola to this now. The ladle is not big enough, so I'm using a pan. There's still lots, so I have to overturn this kadai into the cooker. I added the salt. I will add the kasuri methi now. Lots of crushed kasuri methi on top, sizzling nicely. Fragrance is just floating in the air. My chana is almost ready, only for the garnishing with ginger juliennes, onion rings and wedges of lime. This is the full quantity. You can see, huge batch of pindi chana, kabuli chana, chana masala, chole, whatever you call it, and lots of chana masala. I'm going to give it a ghee tadka also. That is just a special tadka. So I'm going to leave it to simmer like this for some time, and then just before serving I put the tadka. Kitchen hack for chana is I just took these tea bags and I'm leaving them to steep in that just for added color. You can add amchur or even dried gooseberries, amla, to add the color, but I didn't have them, so I'm doing this. My chole are ready. Just leaving them to simmer for some time. Punjabi food without desi ghee is like tea without sugar or a bland dal or sabji. So this is the last bit I'm going to do is pour hot ghee over the chana. It will change the taste. I put lots of amchur, kasuri methi, and now the sizzle of the hot ghee. They say, "Jo kare kyo, na ma kare na pyo." So this is what ghee does to a dish. Adds the final touch. If only you can have a whiff of the aroma, the fragrance is just lingering in the air. That dash of ghee has done wonders. So finally my pindi chole are ready, served with mini kulchas that we get in Hyderabad. We don't get them locally here, not the big ones, but I like these. They have kasuri methi on top and some herbs. And my chana has turned out really very well. There is the potato also. And this is a mini kachori, puff, and a giant size samosa. Of course, I'm not going to have that. My dinner is going to be this. So I'm going to enjoy my soft buttery kulcha with the chana. I don't usually have chana. Everybody said it's very tasty, so I'm going to taste it. It turned out just perfect. I'll have the aloo and some pickle maybe. So that's dinner tonight.